Hi, Jenny Stone here from HR Shield with your HR Rescue. Each day we get hundreds of questions from our clients and other small and mid-sized business owners about some of the most common HR issues. We figured if they have those questions, you might too. So let's provide a lifeline and share our answers to some of the most common scenarios. Mental disorders are common but widely misunderstood. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, about 1 in 4 adults suffer from a diagnosable mental disorder each year. You may see behavior or performance signs that suggest an employee has a mental health problem. As an employer, you have a responsibility to both the individual and the organization to take action if you suspect that this is the case. You may be able to provide the employee with an opportunity to get the support and professional help and workplace accommodation they need so that they can continue working productively. The following steps provide employers with guidance on handling mental health concerns in the workplace. Step 1. Do not diagnose. First and foremost, the employer should not attempt to diagnose or use clinical words. It is an invasion of an employee's privacy to ask if they suffer from a disorder and liability to assert such. It is not appropriate to ask, "Are you taking medication for this?" or to ask, "Have you been getting treatment?" An employer must only address work performance. Step 2. Focus on job performance. When identifying employee problems, the employer should focus on job performance. First, assess the situation and determine if the problems are attributed to a lack of competence or a lack of understanding about the expectations. Conduct an objective analysis and determine if the employee has the knowledge, experience, and ability to perform the job. If the answer is no to any of these questions, provide training as needed, transfer to another position, offer incentives, or pair with a skilled coworker. It is also important to make sure the employee understands in concrete, measurable terms that their performance is not acceptable and why. Step 3. Protect assets. If the determination was made that the employee has the knowledge, experience, and ability to complete a task, and the employee understands that it is his or her job to do so, but is still not performing, the employer might be dealing with an employee with a mental health concern. It is crucial to avoid counseling employees. Step 4. Document effectively. Nothing but the facts should be an employer's motto when documenting performance issues. This includes, but is not limited to, the following: who was involved? What was the problem in concrete terms? Where did the incident occur? When did it happen, date and time? And what previous incidents have occurred? When it comes to documentation, employers should act as though if it's not written down, it did not happen. Step 5. Meet with the employee. When a problem area is identified with an employee that centers on mental health concerns, an employer should meet with the employee. The following are some tips to follow during the meeting. Explain the purpose. Employers should explain the purpose of the meeting. The employer should review the employee's job performance. A good place to start is by reviewing positive areas of performance and any area in which the employee has made recent improvements. Address concerns. The employer should remember to be calm and stick to the facts, should not diagnose, label, or judge, and should share the employer's concerns supported by the documentation. The employer should be willing to share the documentation with the employee. This is not problematic when the employer sticks with the facts. Under no circumstances should the employer offer clinical opinions or diagnostic impressions of the employee. Instead, company policies and procedures that are not being met, which pertain to performance, should be cited. Design a plan of action. The next step is to design a plan of action to bring the employee's work back up to acceptable standards. The employer can assure the employee that the supervisor is confident and the employee can correct the problems, and then remind the employee that the goal of the meeting is to help them succeed. The employer can set a time frame in which these goals will be met. Then factual consequences, based on company policy, of what steps will be taken if improvements are not met can be explained. Take questions. The employer should allow the employee to seek for clarification, express concerns, or offer insights. It's a good idea to make accommodations as appropriate and feasible to meet company needs. For instance, The employer can allow the employee to work a flex schedule, telecommute, job share, transfer to another position within the company, or take some time off. Refer to an EAP. When making a referral, the employer should not ask if the employee needs to be referred or if they are having mental health problems. Instead, it should simply be stated that a referral to the EAP is being made. The employer can say that if personal issues are affecting the employee's work performance, the EAP can help. If the employee says they were just diagnosed with a disorder, it is not appropriate to engage them in this conversation. Instead, it is a good practice to stop them and say, "I want to respect your privacy. We will keep it all business here, and you can talk to professionals about any issues you might have." If the employer refuses the referral, the employer can tell them, "I cannot make you go, but I would like to give you the referral. You can think about it and go if you would like." Under no circumstances should a coworker be asked to keep an eye on the employee after a meeting with a supervisor about performance issues. Most employees are self-conscious about their coworkers finding out about a problem, and they are frequently worried about losing their job. It is a supervisor's job to help the employee succeed. If the company does not offer an EAP, it is important to know that options are available for the employee and to provide this to them in written form. For example, can the employee use company health insurance to access mental health services? Is there a local mental health center that offers economic services? Can the employer partner with a local university, allowing postdoctoral students to provide supervised services? Each company should make a plan on how to best support its staff. Follow up with the employee. During the meeting with the employee, a set time should be established for when the supervisor will next meet with the employee and a method of communication to allow the employee to communicate any obstacles prior to the meeting should be created. Mental health challenges touch us all in some way at some time in our lives. As employers, we have the power to help, to make it easier for people to talk, to help them get the support they need in the way that works for them, and to help them be their best selves at home and at work. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and you can always email us for more information at support@hr-shield.com.